Hello, future people. Welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce, and today we're checking out the Darkhearts expansion from Don't Look Back. I seem to have a thing for this game of I can never get enough of talking about it. It really is that fun. Second edition of this is still on the way. There's been delays on that, but I'm still going through and doing the unboxings of my previous order. I've been rolling those out nice and slowly, quite deliberately actually, for a couple of reasons. A, I want to keep my own personal hype train going, and for those that aren't already in it, it's always more opportunities to introduce people. So, from what I've seen, the Darkhearts expansion is basically, these are player characters that kind of have a dark side. It's listed as a Sinister Character Expansion. Characters being those that you can play, and Sinister, obviously, being a dark side. Before I get into the actual unboxing, I want to give a big shout out to those that support us across on Patreon. For only $2 a month, these guys get early access to practically everything that we do video-wise. There are a few exceptions. Those are always explained at the time. Thank you very much for supporting us. If you enjoy what we do, then please consider it as well. It really would be appreciated. All right, and here we are with the front of the box. Really, really cool artwork. I honestly didn't even notice this when I was looking on the website, but I love the fact that two of these characters are just kind of hidden in this fog here. It wasn't even really obvious, and I hadn't actually noticed this until I got it out of camera. I haven't opened this, but I have obviously been looking at this because I've had it sitting in that box for quite a while at this point. On the side, we get a nice... This is the same VHS case type expansion that we've been seeing them for a while. I really love this because it just fits in with the theme really well. Not Your Typical Heroes. A new hero expansion for Don't Look Back, written by Matthew Burns. The Sinister Character Pack is a chance to explore the darker characters of Northwood. While not evil, these characters represent a more sinister side of Northwood, only talked about under hushed tones. Nobody is sure how they got their abilities, or even where they came from. So we've got four resin heroes, and 4 character cards. And you may be thinking, hang on, there's 5 people there. Well, technically this is 1 character. So that's where it's actually coming from. Now, we're starting with the twins. So like I said, these guys are a character in and unto themselves. So the stats, they're an ancient child, apparently. They move 3 inches, they've got a combat of 4, awareness of 10, fright of 5, luck of 2. They have a skill called Mirror, which is a psychic power. As a long action, the twins may choose to use a killer's attack from a killer within the twins' awareness. So that's 10. Any terror that would be dealt from this attack is dealt as injuries in addition to any normal injuries. The twins take 2 injuries. So they are hurting themselves for doing this as well. Onyx Marbles. Once per turn, the twins may turn an injury gain into a terror gain, or may turn a terror gain into an injury gain within 6 inches. This cannot be used on the mirror trait. So I guess if their terror is getting too high, then they can go into wounds, or vice versa. Interesting. The twins. Nobody can remember a time when the twins haven't lived on the edge of town in the old Baal residence. They can often be seen watching hand in hand from the Windows Walk, silently taking in the coming and goings of suburbia. When they do appear off the property, the other children shy away to play somewhere else, but the twins never seem to mind. Even though they are only children, some of the older residents have stories of the twins seemingly coming out of nowhere to help them escape the horrors of the night, while others claim the twins are the ones that bring them. And here we have Dante Darkheart, the namesake of the box, I suppose. So he's a teenager, he moves 4, he's got a combat of 9, awareness of 9, fright of 6, only 1 luck. He has an amplify magical power. When this character takes damage, all characters and enemies within 6 take 1 injury. When this character heals, all characters and enemies within 6 inches heal 1 injury. And then skill is Sinister. Dante Darkheart does not count as the primary target for the killer's MO unless no other targets are available. Oh, that's really nice. Dante Darkheart. Dante's family moved to Northwood just this last year from a small town on the Baltic Sea. New to Northwood and Northwood High, Dante is a bit of a loner. He worries about his English and fitting in. Because of this, Dante and Shizaki have become friends. The most recent rumour is that Dante's family moved here so that he could see Dr. Grange. Rachel Newton is rumoured to have footage of someone from the football team punching Dante. And to the surprise of everybody watching, when Dante buckled over in pain, the football player spit out several of his own teeth. Now we have the cultist. Very clearly like a very true and genuine hero. There's nothing sinister going on here at all. Cultist is only ever used to describe the most wholesome of people. 5-inch move. Combat and awareness. There's obviously something going on there. Fright of 4. He doesn't have any luck. Skill, 1 of many. At the start of the plot, you may choose to make this character an adult or a teen. You may also choose for this character to have 6 combat and awareness or 10 combat and 6 awareness. Oh, so you can flip those around. Okay, interesting. Skill, minor ritual, magical power. Once per turn, as a quick action, you may place 2 frightened tokens in the center of the table and choose either heal or deal 2 injuries to a character or enemy in the same board as the section of the cultist. If you deal injuries, the injuries may not be reduced for any reason. Okay. Cultists. During the day, Northwood is like any other bustling community. People come and go from the shops, hike and picnic in the woods, and work 9-to-5 office jobs. It's not until the nightfall that the biggest difference becomes more prevalent. In the dark and dank places beneath the streets, and in the old ruined circles deep in North Woods, cultists gather and ask for favours and dedicate themselves to the spirits that inhabited the lands south of Oak Hill for centuries. Some are benevolent, but most are not. From deep within their hooded robes, these cultists remain anonymous, influencing the day-to-day affairs of Northwood. And Stella Bell. She moves 4 inches. She's got a combat of 7, an awareness of 11, fright of 5, and she's got no luck. She's got a skill of prophetic visions. It's a psychic power. Roll 5d20 at the start of the game and write down the results. During the plot, you may replace any non-damage roll made by or against Stella Bell or any character within her awareness with one of the 5 results. Once a result is chosen, it cannot be used again. Her other skill is Visions from the Veil. Whenever Stella Bell or a character within 6 inches rolls a 1 or a 20 for any combat or awareness rolls, place a frightened token in contact with that character. Ah, lovely. Stella Bell lives in a small cabin in the North Woods near an old cluster of ancient stacked stones. During the week, she runs a business as a tarot reader and master of the seance in the city. Stella claims her powers of conjure are passed down through the female lines of her family, while most claim she is a fraud. Many that have come to visit Stella say otherwise, finding either fate or sometimes even fortune. I really do love the way that they do the characters in this. They feel very fun. Let's have a look at the minis. First and foremost, they're all on 25mm bases. I only check that first because there are some characters that are not. Looks like most of these are single part too. Looking at the, let's say the cultist first. So I can already see there's definitely some mold lines you'll need to clean up, which is fine. And in fact, they're very minimal. It's mainly around the sleeves, which, to be fair, is where you would expect them to be leaking from. This particular sleeve is also going to have some pieces that you'll need to cut off carefully, especially that one connected to the hand. I would probably cut that maybe around here first, and then once it's free from the sprue, then I would clean it up a little bit closer. I wouldn't cut it straight close to the hand from here. I'd want to cut it free just so that you can get a better angle on it. Nice crisp detail on the back. Really, really nice, actually. While we're here, Dante has a really nice set of tails. They do have some flashing that you're going to have to cut away, which is fine, and kind of where you would expect it, honestly. It probably wouldn't cast very well if that wasn't there. So, I mean, you could just ignore it, but I wouldn't. I would be cutting that away. Bit of flashing there underneath the arms. And a little bit on the hand there as well. Nice crisp detail, though. Really nice. And then we have the creepy twins that are totally not from The Shining. Definitely not from The Shining. No real gait issues there at all. I love the fact that they look very, very similar, but there are some differences. Like, their haircuts are almost identical, but just different enough to be different. Really, really nice. I love how creepy they are. And then we have Stella, which is kind of a more standard pose. I mean, they're all single-piece miniatures, so there's only so much you can do with that. But really, really nice detail, honestly. As far as casting is concerned, Stella's probably the cleanest there. It's the two outside ones that are definitely the cleanest, but these are really, really nice, which shouldn't be a surprise. All right, so showing off the twins first. Everything cleaned up really nicely. I got a little bit more to do around the feet there, nothing drastic, just wanted to show it off. Honestly, it comes out really, really nicely. There's no issues here at all. Dante's up next. Really, really easy, actually. Cleaning up the tails was really easy. Just be slow and patient. Don't go rough with your knife. You can see there's a tiny little bit of cleanup there left to do, but honestly, that was much easier than I expected it to be, and I wasn't expecting it to be hard. Stella definitely needed the least work out of all of them. She's a really nice, crisp detail. There was like a really, really minor line down here, and that was pretty much the only one that I could find. Cleaning off the feet as well. Little holes underneath the skirt, but you will never see those. Cleaning off the mold line underneath the sleeves was easy. One thing that wasn't evident until I started cutting it off, though, is there is a hole at the very bottom of that sleeve. Now, a little bit of green stuff or liquid green stuff will fix that up. That's something that you will have to come to expect from resin. It's just one of the downsides. That is an error that I have done. I've just cut it a little bit too close, but it's fine. I'll just tidy that up with a file, and you'll never see it. Tell a lie. I still have a little bit more to do. That honestly is all it takes. It's really, really, really easy. It goes without saying at this point, like, I'm definitely a massive fan of Don't Look Back. It's right up there as far as fun is concerned for me. I've played a number of games of this with my crew over here, and I have a couple of players that have been kind of screaming at me to bring it back again. Definitely keen to do that. I've kind of been distracted, obviously, with Entropy City stuff. But this is a gorgeous set. The minis are great. I actually, like, one-piece minis are something that you don't see as much anymore, and I actually do appreciate them because it's less work, and whilst it does limit some of the posing and stuff that you can do, because not everything is possible with a one-piece mini, it's just really nice. And sometimes it just makes sense. You've made it through to the end of another video. Your next mission is to hit subscribe and comment down below. If you'd like to reach out to the team, consider doing that, gettingtabled@gmail.com. Consider subscribing to our Patreon. For only $2 a month, you get early access to almost every single video that we do. Our most active social media is facebook.com/gettingtabled. It's where you'll find everything first. There's also a Discord. There's an invite on screen right now. If you type that in, it'll give you instant access. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. It's not the most active, but it's something we're trying to use more all the time. Come and check out Jason the Bruce at Twitch. He does both video game and hobby content. And of course, without question, play more games.